Good morning! Good morning! Good morning, story timers. It's me, Donna Vee, and I'm so excited to be here today because it's Sunday and it's December 6th. Yeah, it's Sunday, December 6th. That is right. We are zipping through December, and I am so excited to be here. It is a glorious day on the East Coast of the U.S., and we are in Nutley, New Jersey this morning, and it is sunny outside. So you know what that means? As soon as story time is over, we must go outside. But right now, we have to stay right where you are because today is going to be an amazing day. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Dawn. What's up? If you are here and you want to say good morning and get a shout out, do it now because once we get into these books, I have to have laser focus today. And you guys all know that's not always easy for me. So welcome. If it is your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. My name is Donna Vee, and we host this show together. It is called Storytime with Donna Vee, Sunday through Friday on Facebook. And we do it on YouTube and also on Periscope. And I'm so excited to see everyone. Good morning from Ireland. My friend Brian is here. And I know he's with his fur babies. And Frank Simon is here. And I am ready for some football. So excited. TJ's here. Hi, TJ. I'm so excited that you're here. Oh, my goodness. And Lynette is here. Good morning, Lynette. Oh, my gosh. You're getting tattooed while listening. That's amazing. I love that. What's up, Mom? How are you? So also, a reminder, if you'd like your child's name shouted out and added to the list, please give it to me in the comments. I would never put a child's name on the list without permission from a parent. I will let you know that every day I was reading this list, and I do have nodules, so I reduced it down. But today, we're going back to the full list because I know today we have a packed house. And I want to make sure everybody gets mentioned and a really good morning. So, Mary, okay, perfect. Lynette, she is good. She knows. She gets it. See what happens? I ask, I receive. I ask, I receive. I'm a major manifestor, guys. Okay, so, Mary, what's up, Christina? Are you baking today? Because I'm sure you are. All right, I'm going to find room for Mary right here. Perfect. Mary. Boom. All right. So let's get started. Sunday through Friday, this is what we do. We bring joy to the morning. We bring excitement to the morning. Good morning from the West Coast, Jim Tomlinson, all the way from California. How are you? So excited. We talk about some really important parts of the day, right? But we have breaking news. Wait a second. Let me get it out. My soundboard. Okay, I'm a DJ. Breaking news. TJ got a new dog, and the dog's name is Dash. It's a puppy. Very cute. I cannot wait to see Dash. Send me a picture. Not right now, because I can't look, because I already, it's my cousin. It's my cousin Lauren, who is the ASL expert because she is a sign language interpreter. And it is because of her genius that we have a book that we refer to that you'll see in a few minutes where we go over the alphabet. Oh my gosh. And Christina, you're driving your new car. I hope not while watching story time because this is the disclaimer. I had nothing to do with any accidents she might have gotten into. Okay. Joe Carney's here. Yes. This is like a magical morning. I couldn't even sleep last night. I woke up early today and came in and look, I neatened everything up because guys, I have a lot of stuff over here. Oh, and yes, what may your eyes appear? Wait, your eyes appear? No. What to your eyes may appear? But look at this, a Christmas tree. Yeah, I know. Today is a special day. And I know it's not Rockefeller Center. And there's no owl in there, but there could be. I mean, there's enough other things around here. Ooh, good morning, Gwen. How are you? Oh, yay! I'm so excited. Shay is watching. I'm going to add Shay to the list. That's so exciting. All right. I'm already elevated off of the bed already. I'm floating. So if we could just end it right now. And I would be totally happy. But I would not do that because that's not what we're here for. All right, I'm going to focus. Here we go. So we start off every morning with healthy habits. The first healthy habit we talk about is gratitude. We get into gratitude every day when we wake up, and we are just happy to be here. You open your eyes and you say, thank you. And then we go over and we brush our teeth. And then your brother or sister that you talk to says, thank you, because that's a really healthy habit that you want to get into. And then you might want to take a shower, wash your face, brush your teeth, brush your hair, everything. And you come over to story time. And then we get together and we talk about more excitement, like healthy habits like drinking water and how good it is for your body to wake yourself up. Hydration is key, kids. And then we say good morning. Today we went a little out of turn, but that's all right because the excitement level is like up to here today. We've got such special things going on. We are sharing this community today with some new friends as well as some old friends. So as I started to say before, if it is your first time here, welcome. We're so excited that you're here. If not, welcome back. Thanks for making this possible. We have been live together almost every day since March 21st, since this started. And we started this routine because we know community is key, and being together and lifting each other up is so super important. And when I find special people that do it in special ways, we want to highlight them. And today, my friend Joe Carney wrote a book. It was illustrated by my other friend, Natty Bumpercar. And they put this book out, and I have to tell you, a few of you might have received it because I really have to say, I know. I'm an elf. Okay, there, I said it. And here's the thing. I like to share all of my energy and excitement with everyone, everywhere I meet. But especially during the month of December, I share it with everybody celebrating everything. Christmas, Hanukkah, tomorrow's H. I even go, just so you know, Hanukkah books for tomorrow. Don't look at them yet because it's a surprise. Okay? But today is the letter G. G. And you know, there's an uppercase to G and a lowercase to G. And in this case, they don't look alike. No. In fact, as I always say, it looks like if lowercase g was a little seed you put in the ground, it somehow grew into the uppercase G. Oh, if it's the first time you're here, you're probably like, what is she talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is so many letters. Oops, birthday bear just took a dive. So many of the letters in the alphabet look similar, right? You could see that looks like a little baby, and if it grew up and it stood up nice and tall, it looks like an adult Y. What is another one of my favorites? Oh, here we go. W. They look like they could be twins, but not every letter is that way. We know that. So today we highlight the letter G. Yeah, and originally, we were going to just say good morning to the kids' names that started with G. But then when I knew today was going to be such a special day, we're going back to the old format. And we're saying every name on that list because I need a vocal warm-up. All right? But just remember, if your name starts with G, like Gwen, well, then you should be jumping up and down every time I mention the letter G. Okay? It's a good workout. Oh, yeah. And speaking of workout, that's right, Daria. Girls Gone Green, shout out. It stands for so many great words, like grateful, and goodness, and good morning, and yes, you got your book. You got your book. You got your book. Yes, I'm so excited. This is like, forget it, it's magic. Because somebody's God-given talent is what helped to write that book. And I am so pumped to read it today. All right, so what do we do to get this day rolling? Well, we stretch every morning. We do, to the alphabet. Why? Because I'm hoping that lots of little kids are watching and learning that healthy habits like exercise and memorize go hand in hand. So we do some arm circles. Also, fun fact, 26 letters in the alphabet. Want to know something really cool? This is a good party trick. 13 letters in is halfway. Did you guys know the 13th letter of the alphabet is M? I didn't even know that until I started doing story time. And it's really exciting because it's the middle. And that's when we switch up our exercise. So you ready? No excuses. They're seated. Why are they seated? Because everyone can do them. And if you can't because of a disability, that's okay, because you can exercise your imagination and your mind. So as I recite them, I want you to picture them in your mind. Maybe picture a different color. A is red, B is blue, C is green, D is yellow. It goes on, but you have to use your own imagination. But right now, we're going to start out with arm circles. Good morning, Tina. Okay, so we're going to go forward. We get to M, and I hate saying middle, and we go backward. And then we get to S, we switch it up again, and we do seated jumping jacks. And S is for spaghetti, but not in jumping jacks. We want no spaghetti arms here. All right, are you ready? Let's go. Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, middle, N, O, P, Q, R, S, switch it, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Yay! You did it. I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. And that is a great way to get your energy up for the day. Next, good morning, Aunt Cecilia. Do you have your book with you? I think you do. Next, what do we practice? Well, we want to expand our mind. So what did we learn? The ASL alphabet. How do we do it? Well, I'm going to put this up for a minute, but then I'm going to get my favorite book that my cousin sent. I have it right back here. And it's called Dina, the Deaf Dinosaur. And in this book, we turn to the page where they teach Dina's friends how to fingerspell. And I put it up and we review our ASL alphabet. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. I'll try to do it nice and slow for you. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Yay! And today's letter is G. Right there, okay? So, don't you feel amazing that you learned that? It's awesome. And every day it gets better and better because you practice, and that's amazing. Good morning, Karen, my friend. Natty Bumpercar is here, the illustrator of the book. And then, of course, Christine. Good morning, gorgeous. And Albert. Hello, handsome. So excited. My friends are all here today. Okay, I got to calm down. Now, somewhere in this list of comments, Frank Simon every morning gives me the challenge of an alliterative sentence. An alliterative sentence. I need more water for this because he just likes to. Now, Frank Simon, let's see what you've got today. Okay, here we go. Good gosh, Gabriella got giant Georgia gorges growing green in her garden. Okay, let's try it one more time. Good gosh, Gabriella got giant Georgia gorges growing green in her garden. Good gosh, Gabriella got giant Georgia gorges growing green in her garden. Good gosh, Gabriella got giant Georgia gorgeous growing green in her garden. One last time for speed. Good gosh, Gabriella got Georgia Gorgeous green in her garden. I think today, I don't know where my producer is, I might be declared the winner. Grilling on the Giants. You're lucky I love you, kid. First place. Ridiculous. Okay. You think Frank got the round? Nope. That's right. Okay. All right. Now, we say good morning to the kids. We get our friend out. His name is Alpha Bear. He loves the alphabet. He loves to recite it. He loves to check it out. Thank you very much, Dawn. I'm going to take Dawn. She was the second judge, and she said I got it. So, really? I don't think so. Okay, now, this is Alpha Bear. This is the letter of the day. We have some highlighted names on the back of this. And I'm going to say a special good morning. If you hear your name today, I want you to fill your body with the energy if you were announced for the Nobel Peace Prize. Perhaps you got an Emmy or an Oscar. Or you know what we'd be happy about? If our shake was up at Shake Shack and they called us. And that's what I want you to do. Fill yourself with the energy. Jump up and down. Today is your day if your name starts with the letter G. But guess what, kids? It's a twist. I'm saying them all. Do me a favor, would you? Would you mind? Could you moderate from back here today? Thank you. All right. Here we go. Good morning, TJ/DJ and Baby Lewis, Julian, Matthew, Nicholas, Quentin, Ella, Ari, and Luca, Lucia, Mia, Jax, Lennon, Mark McCartney, Nina Star, Brianna, Lily, Shay, Alex and Hannah Lorraine, Seamus, Liam, Harper, Tiffany, Emerson, Alan, Tiffany, Emerson, and Ollie. Those are Natty Bumpercar's kids. We got Liam and Harper, Colin, Lily, Hunter, Sophie, Giovanni, Gracelyn, Kaylee, Joseph, Roscoe, Scarlett and Juliet, Regina, Madison, Jack, Allie and Andrew, Serena, Sawyer, Jane and Liam, Lena and Sabino, Mary, hi baby Mary. We've got Byron, Layla, Genevieve, Finn, Fletcher, Anzor, Kai, and Zach, Willow, Samantha, Frankie, Vanchan Vishaka from India. We've got Sufain from France, Penelope Snow and Nikki from Maine, praying for your dad. He's a fellow Jets fan and he's in the hospital, sending him extra love and light. Leah and Kristen from Johnstown, PA. Holland and Austin, Cooper and Tori, Jordan, Aaliyah and baby Josie, Paisley, Presley and Liam, Vinny, Maggie and Isaac, Joseph, Patrick, Lillian and Melanie from Massachusetts with their friends Harper, Blake, Nathan, and Aurora. Jane, my friend's daughter. Jane, what's up, Puzzle Queen? And Liam. We've got Melly and Kayla DiPietro. We've got Patrick. Hi, Patrick. I know you got your book. Mommy called me. And Nico. We have Tomas and Alec, Bailey and Michaela, Tony, Ace, Ara, and Amber from the Philippines, Bella, AJ, and Angelo, Phoebe, Little Joe from up the block, Penelope Rose, a.k.a. Penny, Viviana and Bethany, Joe Jr., Caitlin with the bright red hair, Ryan, Lucas, and Isabella, those are Gwen's grandkids, Emma, who's got a great dad. Oh, and she's an amazing piano player, and she just won, like, some school. She's the president, I think, now. Liv and Blake, Jake and Maddie, Tabia, Max and Luca from Germany, Guten Tag. V and Izzy, Olivia Rose, my niece, my goddaughter Maren Rose, her little sister Molly, James Storm, Allie and Emily from Texas, Jake and Caitlin from Texas, and of course, what I always say is the two hearts from that walk outside of my body, my daughters, Carly and Courtney. Oh, I love them so much. It's crazy. That is the morning. Oh, we've got additions. And I must do this. Wait, let me get my marker out. Hold on. Here we go. Mashi is your great nephew. We got Mashi. Let's put Mashi up here. Bye. Mashi. Okay. Oh, she's class president. Thank you. Joseph, Maggie, Hannah, and Angelo. Okay. Let's see. Where are we going to put them? We need a special spot. Joseph, Maggie. Okay, right here. Joseph, Maggie, Hannah, and Angelo. got it. The Magster. Right here. Right there. What's up? I mean, honestly, this started out with TJ. It was one of my, well, she was the original story timer because she was the only one I was reading to at first. That was my original plan. This whole plan was to read to kids so that parents could have a break during quarantine. And it developed into this amazing start to my day that has forever changed my life. And I couldn't have done it without everyone that's here and watching. So thank you, because this is better than any spin class or sweaty yoga. I do this every morning. This catapults my day to a better place, to a higher space, and it elevates my mood. And I thank you, all of you, for watching, and because this is like incredible. And I love you all for being here. So now it gets crazier, because now we talk about more healthy habits like vitamins. It's vitamin time, you guys. It's vitamin time. I don't really have a song for it, but what I do is every day I choose 2 vitamins because that's what this says. Kids, I know it smells like candy. It even looks like candy. Sometimes it tastes like candy, but they're not candy. You got to be careful. You only take the daily recommended dosage that's on the bottle. So whoever is helping you at home, okay, I want you to ask them, please, may I have my vitamins? Thank you for giving me my vitamins. And then we talk about something else. Good manners. Well, we've just showed you a couple, but the other one is I take this little book out. It's called The Beginner's Guide to the Universe by author Mike Dooley, my favorite. And what do? We don't ever chew with our mouth open. And we never talk with our mouth full. Oh, that's gross. We'll never get invited back to the North Pole. I mean, story time. Okay, so I open my hand and I show it. I'd like to ask if Mr. Joe Carney could maybe pick and tell me who, or what page rather. So from 7 to 158, Colleen Carney asks if Riley and Olive can be added. Yes. And I'll put you guys right near each other. So Riley and Olive. You're so welcome. And you think it's going to be one of each, don't you? All right, Riley and Olive. I love it. Good morning, Riley and Olive. I put you guys all together. All right. So, Joe Carney, if you could help by putting in the comments a number between 7 and 158, that would be awesome. And we do this because I know it takes parents participation to get the kids on the computer, right? For some of you. And I knew all along that there might be parents watching, and who couldn't use something uplifting during a time like this? Heck, any day you could use it. So here we go. All right. Oh my gosh, I love that you guys are all saying hi to each other. This is amazing because this is what it's about. This is what brings community together, families together, people together. It's amazing because I know we can't all be close, but we can be close. This is close for now. All right, here we go. Are you ready? All right, so Joe Carney, author of the book, we picked page 78. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, guys, it's 2 the same day. I'm so sorry, Mr. Ireland Ryan. It's 2 the same. But for your pleasure, these happen to be the most tart ones, and I just brushed my teeth. So wowza, I might make some funny faces. All right. Book reviews coming in for you, Joe. And I love you, TJ. Let's see what page 78 brings. I get it. 25 for Christmas is a great idea. But let's just see. Maybe we'll read 2. I don't know. Let's check it out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Not bad. I made it through. Maybe a little water. Okay, water. Ooh. All right, here we go. Page 78. Okay, I'm excited. There's not even a little dot next to it because what we started to do is we've been doing story time for so long now, over 250 days, that we've read these pages a lot. So now I started putting a little dot next to the page so we know how far. I want to make sure we read every page. All right. If you haven't checked out author Mike Dooley, pretty amazing. This book, great gift. A Beginner's Guide to the Universe by author Mike Dooley. Uncommon ideas for living an unusually happy life. He read it or wrote it for his daughter. Let's do it. No matter how things may ever seem, friends are always near and love is always present. Hello? How amazing is that already? Nothing is ever lost, not time, for what seems to have passed lives on in wisdom of future decisions. Not money, for what seems to have been spent was only invested. And not love, for what seems to have vanished has only moved so close you must look within your heart to find it. I mean, hello, can you say magical? There is no harm, misstep, violation, or disaster that cannot be amended, balanced, corrected, or fixed. Sometimes when it seems your wings have suddenly and unexpectedly been clipped, maybe, just maybe, there's more to learn by staying where you are. I seriously am a little emotional right now because I got to tell you, considering what today is, considering that we're all together and that we are in the middle of, this quarantining chaos, and that's why this whole show developed. Let me just say that part again. Sometimes when it seems your wings have been suddenly and unexpectedly have been clipped, maybe, just maybe, there's more to learn by staying where you are. Amen. Me too, Dawn. I got the chills, and I have to tell you, 78 might be my new favorite page. All right. Now, this next part just came from a place in my heart that I know that so many kids were really kind of concerned about. Wait, what do you mean I can't see my friends? What do you mean I can't go outside? So I'd like to introduce you to my social distancing buddy. This is Bartholomew. This is Bartholomew, and he is a social distancing buddy. What's that, you ask, for my first timers? Well, when everything was going on and we had to stay home in the beginning, I know there was lots of kids that had parents that were frontline workers that couldn't see their grandma, their grandpa, their nana, their papa, their mimas, their meepas, whatever you want to call your family members and your cousins and all the ones that you love. So we decided that we were going to take all the love and joy that maybe that you are missing and talk about how we can transfer it for now into someone special like this teddy bear who happens to be named Bartholomew after the bear in one of my favorite books that I used to read to my kids, I Love You Just the Way You Are. So Bartholomew would give me hugs whenever I needed them. What we would do is we would take selfies with our social distancing buddy and send it to the relatives that we couldn't see, just to remind them that we wish that it was them that we were hugging and loving. But then we realized that we could send love through our mind, through our heart, and through energy that we send from our heart. And we decided that it was a great way to share it with the kids if we taught them about that. Right? Right. So this is what we do every morning. We send love and light, peace and laughter and joy to everyone that we can't send it to in a real hug. It's virtual. Then we really started to say, you know what? There's other ways that we can do it, through music, through healing. So this is our social distancing buddy segment. Hi, Peter. Good morning. I definitely will. And I'm sending a hug right to you. So let's do it. This morning, we'd like to invite our other social distancing buddies along to teach you and everyone watching that you can send love and light and happiness and joy to elevate the vibration of the nation through lots of different ways. Like, let's see, Music Bear. Music Bear reminds us that we can send love through music. When you listen to a favorite song, maybe it's a Christmas song, maybe it's Happy Birthday, maybe it's the Beatles, I don't know. But the point is you can immerse yourself in music and it will change your day. So turn the volume up nice and loud, send it through a messenger, whatever you want to do. I don't care. Play it loud and proud and get in that energy. Cheeky Monkey. Cheeky Monkey's been around for a long time. Cheeky Monkey's blue, and he says all the time, send me your sadness. I'll replace it with gladness. It's just the way it is here at Storytime. We've got Elephant, because Elephant never forgets. And even when you think that you might forget something or someone to think of, they're always in your heart. So don't be nervous. Piggy. Piggy, I love Piggy. Piggy's loyalty. Piggy is my daughter Courtney's very first social distancing buddy from when she's a little girl. Check her out. You can see she's been through it a little bit, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Loyalty is everything. Remember that. Make-A-Wish Uni. My mom gave me Make-A-Wish Uni. You know here, I love to make wishes at 11:11 and any other time of the day. But a little secret, you don't need to wait till your birthday to blow out candles to make wishes. You can make a wish anytime you want. Put it in your mind. You know what another word for wish is? Prayer. I know. And you know what's really great about that? Is sharing it with others. So when you make a wish for you, make it for someone else too, because it's just so nice to do. Then we've got Lammy. Lammy's great for cuddles and hugs. When you think that, the world is getting you down, grab someone, give them a hug, give them a cuddle. Lammy is just the perfect one for that. Cecilia will heal ya. Cecilia is amazing. I got Cecilia a long time ago. My Aunt Cecilia gave me Cecilia the unicorn. And when she was diagnosed with COVID, I was sending out loving and, healing prayers. And I thought, what a great way to do it. But to use Cecilia, a lot of us know people that are sick and have colds and have COVID from A to Z. Well, you can send out healing thoughts and prayers every day if you want to. It's awesome. Who else do we have? Cheeky Monkey. Do we have everybody? Wait a second. No, we don't. This is one of my favorites. My most special social distancing buddy. This is Dragonfly. Dragonfly for me is a reminder of everyone that's no longer here with us. Earth angels. When you see them here, they're reminders that someone is thinking of you. So, I know, this looks like a lot, but you know what it is? I have an armful of love, and we're going to send it back and forth to each other. That's what we're going to do. We do this every day because we do want to change the world. We want to elevate the vibration of the nation one day at a time. So from your head, put somebody in here, move them to your heart, and send a beam of light from me to you and you to me. And if there's anybody that you're thinking of that maybe they might be in the hospital, you can't see them for the holidays, maybe they just need some spirit, Christmas spirit. This is the time to send it to them. Here we go. On the count of 3. Are you ready? Okay. 1, from your head. 2, from your heart. 3, from your whole self. Wasn't that awesome? That was amazing, right? I know. We do it every day. It's pretty awesome. And I'm really excited because today we have even more people that are doing it with us. And I'm telling you, today's pretty much already going to be an amazing day. I knew it. I knew it from the minute I woke up. All right. Now, let's get ready. Okay, here we go. Breathe it in. We need to focus. I am so excited. I am joy. I am love. I am ready. It's time to read some books. 3 books every day, okay? Today's books all have a theme. Yeah, they really do. I'm very excited about this theme. Let me get them. Okay. We start with the littlest book first. We do every day for the kids. Today, I have to tell you, I was a little bit shocked to see the littlest book had the littlest letters, but I'm ready because I'm really excited. And it says it's a story for children ages 3 to 83. I'm also sometimes a little backwards, but from 3 to 83. So if you're under 3, I'm going to let you know. We're going to let you slide. We want you here at Story Time. And if you're over 83, God bless you. The Littlest Christmas Tree. This is by Janie Jason, A Tale of Growing and Becoming. Illustrated by Pam Kurtz. Dear reader, do you ever wonder what it means to be really grown up? Do you ever look up at the stars and dream about your place in the world? If you do, then this little story is written for you. Once upon a time, in a field of young Christmas tree seedlings, there stood a tiny tree, smaller than all of the other seedlings. The little tree stood attentively in a row, planted in the soft, sandy soil among the other little trees. The littlest tree wanted to grow tall enough to become a real Christmas tree. Already, magic, every day. Why would there ever be dragonflies in a Christmas book? But thanks, Grandma. As she was growing, the littlest tree decided to think about all the things that made her happy. The first thing she thought of was the sun. I love the sunshine, so warm on my green branches, she said to herself. I could feel it helping me grow tall all summer long. The littlest tree tipped her head and thought some more. And the sky, I love that too. I watch it every day as it changes. Some days all cloudy and gray, and some days so clear and blue. Exactly. Then she felt a gentle breeze begin to rustle through her tiny green needles. The wind. I can't forget the wind. When I hear the wind coming, I listen very carefully and scrunch myself down as low as I can to let it blow through me. I could feel all the way from my most top branch to my very lowest branches. See that? The littlest tree thought and thought about the many wonderful things in her world. Of course, there's rain. How delicious it feels on my needles, so soft and warm, smelling sweetly of grass and earth. I know I'm so lucky to have the rain and the sun and the sky and the wind. They care for me and help me grow tall. But I do wish I would grow faster. And the littlest Christmas tree waited and dreamed about becoming a Christmas tree. Sometimes the littlest tree leaned over to listen to the grown-up trees talking to each other in the nearby woods. She learned that when she grew taller, trimmers would come with their clippers to carefully shape her tree form. I won't be afraid when the trimmers come, she told herself. I know that I will be shaped to become a beautiful Christmas tree with my very tip-top reaching high towards the heavens. Christmas trees must be a lot like people, thought the littlest tree. People who are good and strong look up to the heavens for strength and encouragement. I will look up and stand patiently until I am tall enough to be chosen for Christmas. She called out to the sky, please choose me. I'm ready for a Christmas celebration. I'm ready for the season of lights and life. Ever so quietly, the littlest tree thought, what if I'm not chosen to be a Christmas tree? There must be lots of things I can become when I'm tall. She decided to think about some of the many possibilities for her life. Maybe I could be a shelter for animals to hide in my fluffy branches. Perhaps a rabbit or a squirrel would stop by for an overnight stay. Or I could be planted near a family's house and little birds will nest in my soft needles. I know my friends, the chickadees, would love to stay with me for the winter. They could fly from my branches to the bird feeders and window ledges and then fly back to me for safety. The littlest tree was filled with ideas, jumping from branch to branch as she thought about the many things she could become. Maybe I could be a window frame and hold shiny glass in my arms. Oh, that would be lovely. There are so many possibilities to think about, said the littlest tree excitedly. Then pausing, she said, but today I can only grow and become my very best right here where I am planted. I will feel the sun and the sky and the wind and the rain, and I will think about how wonderful it is to grow just for today. The littlest tree often listened to the mother and father trees whispering with the other tall trees in the woods. They told stories of their ancestors, the giant old trees, so tall and majestic that even the strongest of men looked up at them with wonder. Standing up as straight and tall as she could, the littlest tree stretched her tiny roots deep down into the soft, sandy soil. She looked up to the heavens and called out to her creator. Invite the birds and the animals and all the people to come and walk between our rows of seedlings. Let them see the beauty of the sky and the trees. Let them feel the magic of the sun and the wind and the rain, and let them know the wonder of the forest. At last, the littlest tree understood. The joy of being a Christmas tree can be found in each and every day. Standing patiently in a row of seedling trees, the littlest Christmas tree looked up into the dark, starry night and whispered, "Thank you, dear Creator, for life. Thank you for dreams. Thank you for ideas and thoughts and feelings. Most of all, thank you for choosing me to grow just for today and to know the wonder of your world and its many possibilities." Wow, that was a beautiful story. I love that book. I'm going to keep that forever. And it does. It has Barryville written all over it, where we went as kids. Oh, books. I'm telling you, they're amazing. I love them. Okay, the next book we're going to read is called The Carpenter's Gift. This book is a Christmas tale about the Rockefeller Center tree. Now, you know, whenever I get a book with a cover, I take the cover off so I don't accidentally rip it. And then I put the jacket back on. I always say, when you come into the house, take your jacket off and hang it up. And then when you leave, you put it back on. When you're in my house, you don't need a jacket. The Carpenter's Gift. Christmas tale about the Rockefeller Center tree. Written by David Rubel, illustrated by Jim LaMarche. I don't know. Might be. I love that. That's beautiful. Good morning, Frank. How are you? Ooh, I love the illustrations. So pretty. Nearly a lifetime had passed, but Henry could still remember what it felt like to wake up in the old shack, especially during wintertime. In those days, the Great Depression gripped the country, and like many people, Henry's parents were out of work. They couldn't afford coal for the stove or warm blankets for the beds. So young Henry usually woke up with a shiver. But he didn't complain because it was nobody's fault. Instead, he visited warm places in his mind. One day in 1931, actually the day before Christmas, Henry was reading a book when he heard the loud toot toot of a car horn. He opened the front door and saw his father behind the wheel of a borrowed truck. "Go for a ride, Sparky?" his father shouted over the rumbling engine. "You bet," Henry shouted back and raced inside and got his coat. Riding in any sort of car was a special treat for Henry. Not to be missed. Soon, he was sitting beside his father, nose pressed to the window glass. They drove into a nearby grove of evergreens. Henry breathed in the strong, familiar smell. "Here's the plan," Henry's father said. "See those spruce trees, Sparky? We're going to cut them down and take them to the city." "Why?" Henry asked. "To sell them as Christmas trees," his father said. Even though New York City was just an hour's drive away, Henry had never been there before. He shivered with excitement as they thought of seeing all those tall buildings scraping the sky. When Henry and his father reached Midtown Manhattan, they began looking for a place to park and unload. Driving down Fifth Avenue, they found a good spot next to a construction site. "Mind if I set up here?" Henry's father asked a worker. The man looked over at him. It didn't take long for him to figure out that Henry's father was down on his luck. "No problem," the man said. "I'll give you a hand. My name's Frank." Then he turned around and called out, "Hey, Mikey, Paulie, help me out here." For the rest of the afternoon, Henry and his father sold trees to passerbys. By the end of the day, they had earned enough money to make the trip a success. "We should be getting home now," Henry's father said as his son sat behind a tall building. "What about the rest of the trees?" Henry asked. "I thought we'd give them to Frank and the other fellas." Henry nodded in agreement. The best presents are the ones you don't expect, he thought. I'm such a mush. Because it was Christmas Eve, the workers were having a little party. Frank and the others took the tallest of the trees that Henry and his father had given them and decorated it with whatever they could cobble together. Paper garlands, cranberries threaded onto strings, and even a few shiny tin cans. Henry added an ornament of his own, made of newspaper that he folded into a star. In the background, he could hear his father talking with Frank about grown-up things, the hard times for Henry's family, the shack in which they lived. But Henry didn't want to think about those things. He just wanted to look at the most marvelous Christmas tree he had ever seen. It had been the best day that Henry could remember, and he didn't want it to end. He stood before the decorated tree, enchanted. The street lamps had just come on, and the tin cans glittered in their light. If ever there was a magic moment, Henry thought, this is it. He decided to make a special Christmas wish. He wished that one day his family would live in a nice, warm house. After making his wish, Henry opened his eyes. His gaze fell upon a pine cone lying on the ground. He picked it up and was turning it over in his hands when he felt his father's grip on his shoulder. "Time to go, Sparky," his father said. Henry stuffed the pine cone in his pocket, said goodnight to the workers, and walked with his father back to the truck. By the time they arrived home, it was well past Henry's bedtime. "You must be exhausted," his mother said, slipping off his boots. "Straight to bed with you." Shrugging off his coat, Henry felt a bulge in his pocket. It was the pine cone. He took it out and looked at it, remembering the joys of the day and of the magic tree. The next morning, Henry's parents let him sleep late. In fact, it was well past 8 when the toot-toot of several car horns woke him up. Rushing to the window, he saw 3 trucks pulling up outside. All were loaded with lumber and other building supplies. At the wheel of the first truck was Frank, and behind him were other Rockefeller Center workers. What were they doing so far from the city on Christmas morning? Frank got out of the truck. "After you left, we got to thinking," he said. "There was all this extra wood lying around, and we had the day off, so we thought we'd drive up and see what we could do to help you with this house of yours." Frank looked over the shack, taking in its patched walls and ill-fitting windows. "I think we'll have to make a fresh start," he said. Henry's father didn't have words for the way he felt, so he simply took Frank's hand and shook it. The sound of sawing and hammering traveled far enough that Christmas morning for Henry's neighbors to wonder what was going on. A few walked over, saw the new house going up, and spread the word. By mid-afternoon, a dozen more people were pitching in. As the new house took shape, Frank called Henry over. "See those boards?" he said, pointing to a stack of cedar. "We're going to use them to trim the windows, but they've got nails in them. I need you to pull the nails out." Henry moved to fetch the boards, but Frank called him back. Digging into his toolbox, he handed Henry an old claw hammer. "You'll be needing this," Frank said. By nightfall, the frame of the new house was nearly done. By week's end, it had a roof. Soon enough, it was ready for Henry and his family to move in. In the spring, Henry's parents celebrated with a potluck dinner. They invited everyone who had helped build the house. Henry was glad to see Frank again. He was ready to return the claw hammer, but Frank wouldn't take it. "You keep it, son," he said. "It may come in handy someday." After dinner, Henry sat happily in his very own room. He thought about his Christmas wish, and he couldn't believe it had actually come true. He knew he should do something special to express how thankful he was, and he thought long and hard about that might be. Finally, he decided to plant the pine cone. Maybe he could be Jack from the Beanstalk story, and the pine cone would be his magic bean. Henry planted the pine cone beside the new house. In time, a seedling emerged. Henry watered it and weeded it, and as time passed, both he and the tree grew tall and strong. Henry especially liked to hammer away in its shade, and he became quite a good carpenter, building many projects with his skilled hands. As Henry grew up, however, he became busy with other things. He got married, moved away, and had a family. Most summers, though, he returned to visit his parents. On lazy days, he sat beneath the tree with his son, teaching him how to build things with the old claw hammer. As he got even older, Henry sometimes wondered where the time went. One day, he was a young boy waking up with a shiver, and the next, he was an old man, living alone, not needing a big place anymore. He decided to move back into the house where he had grown up. To keep himself busy, Henry began working on the house, which was showing its age, especially liked using the old claw hammer. Its polished handle, smooth and dark from wear, felt comfortable in his hand. One day, as Henry worked on the front porch, a man drove up to see him. The man told Henry that he worked for the Rockefeller Center and that it was his job to pick out the new Christmas tree each year. "I just love your spruce," the man said. "When I saw it from my helicopter yesterday, I knew that it had to be this year's tree." Henry wasn't sure what to do. He knew that being asked was an honor, but he and that tree had been together a long time, and he was reluctant to let it go. "Oh, I know that I'm asking a lot," the man said, "but if you agree, I can promise you that your tree will bring joy to millions of people." Henry thought some more, and when the holiday season is over, the man continued, "we mill the tree and use the lumber to help a family in need to build a new home." Oh my goodness. Sorry. A family in need. Suddenly, Henry felt a shiver, and the calendar in his mind flipped back to 1931. Can I show you this for a second? Okay. Driving up to New York City with his father, meeting Frank and the other workers, building the house, planting the tree, he knew what he had to do. "I've been given so much," Henry said. "I want to give something back. The tree is yours." Well, gee, that wasn't like what I saw coming there. Exactly, that's right. That's so funny. My cousin. And then my aunt. "I'm not crying, you're crying." Okay. Sorry. Just before Thanksgiving, Henry received an invitation to the tree lighting. On that special day, a car picked him up and drove him all the way to Rockefeller Center, where he met the family whose new home would be built with the tree's lumber. They hugged him and thanked him many times for his generosity. Afterward, Henry stood off to the side and watched the family's young daughter. "It's so beautiful," the girl said softly as she stared up at the enormous tree. Then something caught the child's eye. A pine cone had fallen to the ground. Picking it up, she turned it over and over in her hands before stuffing it into her pocket. If ever there was a magic moment, Henry thought, this is it. Oh, I don't think I'll ever look at that tree again the same. Henry walked over to the girl, and they stood together gazing at the glittering tree. Then Henry reached into his coat pocket and pulled out the old claw hammer. "Here you go, Sparky," Henry said. "You'll be needing this." And there it is. Wow. Since 1933, countless New Yorkers have visited that tree, and I had no idea that it had to do with that. Well, The Carpenter's Gift, a Christmas tale about the Rockefeller Center tree. I actually bought this book secondhand on a trip with my friend Dawn from this very sweet woman's basement. It was selling boxes of books. And Dawn, I remember the moment we saw this book and said, "You've got to take it." The top was down on the convertible Beetle. It was summertime, and who knew that it would be December and we would still be doing this together. Reading every day, Sunday through Friday. And there's a purpose for it. And now, without further ado, the purpose for today and being here together, I am so excited to read this book. I have not even snuck a peek. Yes! Joan, you're here. I'm so excited. I've got so many people watching from all over. I know some people received this book as a gift from me, my family, friends, cousins, Texas, all across the globe. It's honestly big purpose. I am so proud to be reading this next book by my friends, Joe Carney and Natty Bumpercar. It's called Douglas, A Christmas Tale. And I hope I do it justice because I just started crying. Okay. I'm so pumped. Look at this little cute tree. Here we go. By Joseph Carney, art by Natty Bumpercar, forward by Pamela Ray Schuler, edited by Eric Slagle, I think. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, look how cute that little tree is. That is so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All right, if you have your copy, read along. Here we go. Yes, thank you, Ryan. I'm going to center. I'm going to fix the rules. Okay, here we go. Joe Carney is one of those people who can make you feel safe, important, and special, all while making you laugh so hard it hurts. It's true. I've been in his presence. I wish the world were full of millions of Joes. We would all be lucky enough to know one. I am. My work in inclusion and comedy has taken me all over the world, but some of my favorite inclusion conversations have happened right in my backyard with Joe, a 7-foot-tall, give or take, tattooed plumber from New Jersey. Inclusion is who Joe is. It's in his bones. He wants every kid to know that they have a place in this world, to believe their differences make them amazing and that they matter. This whimsical tale of a tree who feels different is a reflection of that. It's pure joy and love all wrapped up in a Christmas bow. It's Joe's gift to all of us. Pamela Ray Schuler, comedian, speaker, and disability advocate. She's pretty awesome too. I've actually driven her to a gig. She fits in my Beetle nicely. Sometimes a small tree on a small farm in a small town can teach us a big lesson if we listen. This book is dedicated to my wife and my children. Thanks to them, the bell still rings. And to every kid who thinks they don't fit in, you are perfect. You'll see. Made with love. That's awesome. Since the first day he popped his little head through the dirt, Douglas knew he wanted to be the best Christmas tree he could possibly be. Even as a little sapling, Douglas spread good thoughts and Christmas cheer to all the other trees, plants, poinsettias, garland, wreaths, and holly bushes on Maggie's farm. Carol, the holly bush, loved when Douglas exclaimed how festive and bright her berries were. "You're going to be the best centerpiece ever," Douglas would shout whenever he spotted her. He knew that Bruce had the best smelling pine on the farm. Douglas would holler, "Is it Christmas morning already? I love the pine, Bruce, love it." The poinsettias grew in perfect rows of red and white. They would giggle when Douglas would make a big deal about how beautiful they were. "Oh, you look like candy canes, ladies. It's not Christmas without candy canes." They felt magical. Douglas made everyone feel special and festive and happy. He made the Christmas season perfect. Douglas had every reason to not be as happy and kind and festive as he was, though. He was planted in the corner of the farm, a little too close to an old split rail fence. It wasn't really noticeable at first. But as Douglas grew, his branches got caught on the fence and broke off. Some got stuck on the fence and were bent in all different directions. When he was all finished growing, he had some missing branches, some bent branches, and a big old bare spot right where he got smushed against the rails. But with all the things that he was missing, Christmas spirit wasn't one. Christmas season is always magical, special on Maggie's farm. But this year was going to be a little more magical with Douglas around. Come here, Yogi. Now the busy season has arrived. Thanksgiving was over and the Christmas season had officially begun. Douglas was close to the road alongside the farm. He could hear Christmas music blasting from the cars driving by on Brookside Place as they made their way to Maggie's farm. Those songs made Douglas happier and happier. All the joy and laughter from families on the farm just made Douglas more and more excited. Soon, I'll be sharing Christmas in a warm home, surrounded by friends and family, Douglas thought. Everyone singing songs, exchanging gifts, drinking hot chocolate. Could it get any better? But not everyone that stopped by the farm shared Douglas's brand of Christmas spirit. Some of the birds and squirrels wandering through took notice of how different Douglas was from the other trees on the farm. They would point out his bent branches and laugh at his bare spots. Douglas didn't like the way they made him feel. They would call him names like broccoli head and broom face. Oh, not nice. Some of the birds would pretend to perch on his branches that weren't there. As they fell to the ground laughing, Douglas would try to laugh along with them so they wouldn't pick on him anymore. It didn't work. Douglas would hang his head and wish he wasn't so different. Douglas could not understand how anyone could be so mean. The other trees would stick up for Douglas and chase the birds away. Don't let them bring you down, Douglas, Bruce would say. We all need you and your holiday spirit. They're just jealous because you're always happy, Holly told him. Douglas knew he was different, but he didn't want to be known as the broken tree. He just wanted to be a Christmas tree. Every day, families would wander through the huge maze of trees looking for the perfect one. Children would rush to Douglas and hold him up. This one, they would shout out with excitement. He was just their size. Spin him around, parents would say. Let's have a look. And then, no thank you. Look at all those missing branches. This one's no good. Douglas would try to fluff up his branches or stretch his pines, straighten up every time he heard someone coming, but it never worked. He wasn't perfect. Day after day, his friends on the farm would get picked. Douglas would cheer for them and give them a high pine as they went by, always wishing them a Merry Christmas. Bruce was one of the first to go. Thanks for the pine cones, Bruce. Merry Christmas, big fella, Douglas hollered. Keep 'em smiling. Ooh, keep 'em smelling good. We'll miss you. One by one, the candy cane sisters got scooped up to be part of the perfect family Christmas picture or decorate a family's front porch. Go get 'em, ladies! Show 'em what a beautiful Christmas looks like. See y'all when I get there. The days went on, and Christmas grew closer and closer, and Douglas never lost hope that his day would come. How cute. Aw. Families would drive by and back again with one of his friends on a roof rack. Douglas would wave and give one last cheer as they sped off to get decorated in their new home. Families would stop at the farm stand for some hot chocolate and fresh hot cinnamon donuts to bring for their walk through the rows and rows of trees, looking for the perfect one. Douglas would wink at his friends as people would stop to look them over. They would say, "Ooh, look how tall this one is." And Douglas would stand up straight. Or, "Look how full this one is." And Douglas would puff out his branches. They would come and go and always leave Douglas behind. The days flew by and the maze grew smaller and smaller. But Douglas never got chosen. Before he knew it, it was Christmas Eve. The staff and farmers at Maggie's farm sang songs and exchanged gifts while wishing each other Merry Christmas. Then they prepared to go home to their families and wait for Santa. Douglas looked around. All of his friends were gone. No more wonderful smells of pine. No more candy cane rows to brighten the farm. Douglas thought, Bruce must be so excited and Carol must look so beautiful on someone's dining room table. Douglas was content. He knew that he had done what he set out to do: spread joy and Christmas spirit. The sky was perfect and clear, just right for Santa's journey. The air was filled with the smell of fireplaces and Christmas feasts. It was beautiful. And then Douglas heard it. A family car full of music and laughter. Sorry, getting choked up. A family car full of music and laughter. The car radio played one of his favorite carols from NSYNC. Douglas loved boy bands. Then the music stopped and the night was quiet again, but only for a moment. Just as Douglas started to settle in and watch the night sky, he smelled hot chocolate and heard the sound of children running and laughing. There was a family walking through the farm. They sounded excited, even a little nervous. "I knew we shouldn't have waited," said a child's voice. It sounded like they were moving further away, closer to the front of the farm. Then he could hear their father. "Describe it again. How tall was it?" "There aren't any trees left," yelled one of the children. "That was the only one that we loved. I wish Dad had..." Sorry. "There aren't any trees left," yelled one of the children. "That was the only one that we loved. I wish Dad didn't have to work late." "I'm sorry, guys," the father said. "I wish we found it." The voices started to get lower and farther away. "Over here!" yelled an overjoyed child. It startled the needles off Douglas. "It's here! Right here! Here it is! I told you we'd find it. Douglas was so excited, he didn't know whether to stand up straight or puff out his branches or spread out his needles. Dad scooped up Douglas from where he was leaning against the old shed wall, alongside the walkway leading to the mulch pile, stood him up, and spun him around. That family saw something in Douglas that no one else saw in all the weeks he stood in the cold waiting for someone to love him. They saw the perfect piece to complete their Christmas puzzle. That family took a breath, a satisfied, relieved breath, and all whispered at once, "Perfect. Just perfect." Perfect? Me? Thought Douglas. The father scooped Douglas over his shoulder and walked through the farm back to the parking lot. They all helped get him up on top of the car, and Dad tied him down. Not too tight, but secure. How did this all happen? Douglas wondered as he drove through the town on the top of his own family car. Look, he's smiling. The winter wind felt amazing through his branches, and the stars never looked brighter. Church bells rang, families hurried through the town with last-minute gifts, and the smell of cookies being baked for Santa all made for the best Christmas journey home. Home. As the car pulled into the driveway, Douglas spotted some old friends. 4 candy cane sisters lined the front porch, and garland wound around the staircase up to the front door. Mom and Dad, with some help from the kids, carried Douglas up the steps into the house and straight into the living room. Then, there in the corner, beside the fireplace, next to the stockings, and to the side of the front window where the children spied for St. Nick, was the most perfect place for Douglas to stand. Because of where the fireplace was, a big full tree would have dried out and burned up. That front window would have been blocked for Santa watch if a wider tree stood there. Douglas stood proud. He felt like a perfect little puzzle piece that had just been found. The stockings didn't have to be rearranged on the chimney, and the children didn't have to spy for Santa out the back window. With all of his little imperfections, he wasn't missing branches and he wasn't bent. All the little things that had made him different made him perfect. He fit. Thank you for reading Douglas, A Christmas Tale. That was amazing. Oh my goodness. That was amazing. That totally was amazing. I am so excited that I got to read that. Holy guacamole. Sometimes the littlest trees are the most beautiful. Perfect, says my mother, who's not even 5 foot tall. She knows. I cannot thank you enough for letting me be part of this. And my friends, this was just amazing. Look at that. I love story time. Story time to me is my favorite time of day, especially when I'm blessed to have friends that are so talented with his God-given talent on the letter G. Wait a second. I lost my letter G, which happens all the time in this place because, oh, Alpha Bear, do you still have it? Thanks. That's why I have Alpha Bear. G, God-given talent. G, glad we're friends. G, this was great. It was phenomenal. I got a little choked up in a couple of the parts of that book there, Joe Carney. I must say, I totally think this is a necessary book to be read by so many people because it is true. It is so true. Just perfect. Thank you, Johanna. G is the middle of the name Douglas. That's so true. So proud. Beautiful story. I love that. Loved it. Made my season. Hope it made yours. You're welcome, my friend. I am so excited. Thank you so much to everyone that's here shared in today's story time. We are here Sunday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11. Today was a special event. It is Sunday. I feel so blessed to have read that book. I'm so happy that everyone is here together. I am just G for grateful. The gratitude is overflowing, and I hope that you all enjoy your day together. This book, story, the illustrations, everything is perfect. Thank you. I'm excited. And without further ado, it is time for what? I love it. Thank you. This is a perfect way to start my decorating day. Carol Kaufman, yes, thank you so much. Perfect way to start my decorating day. Have a blessed Sunday. That's right. Now, if anyone's been here before, what time is it? I know. That's right, Ryan. It's time for a hug. So let's do it. Put your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on your right and give yourself a hug for me. Squeeze yourself so tight. I know we might not be together, but everything's going to be all right. And because I'm so blessed, I have this squishmallow that was sent to me by Liliana and Melanie from all the way up in Massachusetts, filled with hugs to be shared with everyone on Storytime with Donna Vee. So thank you so much. And now we shall breathe our way out together. Focus. Get your feet on the ground. Plant them just like Douglas. And no matter what you're going through, no matter how bent your branches are or how bare you feel that maybe you might be, because I know this has been an unprecedented time. Just know, no matter where you are on the fence of life, that you too can get through this. Never lose hope. Okay, here we go. Breathing in an I am statement and saying only positive things after. We never feed ourselves junk food. No. I am filled with joy. I am filled with love. I am so excited. I am so blessed. Thank you so much. Have an amazing Sunday. And don't forget, we're here every day together for hugs, peace, love, and healing. Namaste. See you tomorrow.